Hey guys and girls, this is Psycho Steve, and you're listening to my podcast, Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow, with a very special guest, Mr. Joel Hoekstra. How's everybody doing? How are you, Mr. Joel?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Very good for my age. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and shoot the shit with me. I've been a long-time fan ever since I saw you on Rock of Ages on Broadway. I just thought, yeah. Okay. So that's actually the first time I actually was introduced to you from Barry Habib introduced me because.
Oh yeah, okay.
So Barry plays in a band with my cousin. When my cousin plays drums with his band, the Rock of Ages band, featuring Constantine. So my cousin plays drums in the band here and there. So we just wanted to get right to it. The things I wanted to know is you've been playing in all bands that I play on this podcast and some bands that I don't play on the podcast. And you come from a family of musicians, from what I understood. Both parents were musicians. Is that how you got started?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to a degree. Music was always around the house when I was young because my parents were classical musicians. And then definitely it was AC/DC. You know, I really wanted to play guitar. You know, basically the inspiration. You know, I never looked back since, man. Just been obsessed with it since the age of 11.
Wow, gotcha. So did you start off with an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar?
I had a minute of starting with my stepmom's acoustic, which I did because I had a teacher that was teaching me out of a massive tonic, and I was just like, man, this is just like, you know, learning cello and piano, which my parents started me out when I was young. I was like, how do I, you know, learn rock? And I loved because I had an electric guitar, he knew power chords and he knew songs, and then I was like, well, where are you taking lessons? And he steered me over to this guy that just taught me nothing but rock songs for like the first year, and that was great because I was totally hooked after that.
Wow, that's awesome. So do you still have your first guitar?
I don't, unfortunately. I sold it to buy my second guitar, so that's, you know, one of the only regrets I have in terms of ever letting go of gear in my life is that one, because it still is like, you know, a sense of nostalgia, just the guitar that I began the journey on.
Nice. So your second guitar would be what?
Unfortunately, not a cool piece of gear, but, you know, whatever, dude. It is what it is.
Okay.
But that one I still have. It's actually at my mom's in Florida, but I still do own it.
Awesome. I was going to ask you, do you still like pick it up and play it, even though you don't tour with it or record with it?
I do. I usually bring it up.
Really? Nice. All right. So
reconnect with it.
Cool. So I'm a bit of a car enthusiast. Believe it or not, besides doing radio, because everybody said I have the perfect face for radio, I've also been a car nut. Do you own a car?
No, because I live in New York City. So if I have something out in Jersey or in Connecticut or whatever, I can always use their car. But yeah, I don't own one.
Gotcha. Have you ever owned a car?
Yes.
Gotcha. What was your first car?
It was a very beat up, like, gigantic Oldsmobile.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You know, I think got it for $500.
Nothing. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Now, with all the bands that you have recorded and still recorded and play out with, has there been anybody out there that you haven't and you want to? Like on a bucket list?
No, you know, anybody that, those are the people I like to spend time with. Positive people that are moving forward, and yeah, I mean, for anybody that kind of fits that bill, but I like to keep my options open, man. I'm not a fan of only dedicating my time to one thing. I like to have a different option.
Gotcha.
I hope it just makes my playing better, and I also keeps options open should things go wrong in any one department with anything. You know, you hate to have all your eggs in one basket, as they say.
I totally understand it. And you also came out with a solo album a couple years ago. Are you coming out with another one?
Including a side project. It's Joel Hoekstra 13, which is going to be like, you know, like rock stuff. And I'm trying to work it out with Frontiers to do another one, so we'll see how that goes. We've been close, but we just keep hitting little snags in terms of the so that I had 3 albums out before that record that were kind of instrumental
Right. Cool.
Man, I'm always moving forward and being productive. So yes, never keep
awesome.
Much stuff like that.
Fantastic. Then I know you're in the process of finishing up the latest Whitesnake album too. Is that almost done, or?
Yeah, it's being mixed right now, and actually I just came from David Coverdale's because they're getting a little bit tired, as happens through listening to the stuff every day, and you want to hear a little bit with the mixing.
Cool. I can't wait to hear that.
Spend some time on that. So, we'll see. I mean, I think that, the timetable was for spring, but David got hit with a really bad bout of the flu early on this year that actually set him down for like 6 weeks. It was quite some time. So, the single, the video gets released in May, and then they'll probably release a couple of other, like, audio singles or something. But then I think it's a September release, so for the record. But we'll be out this summer with Foreigner and Jason Bonham's Zeppelin.
Yeah, I just saw Jason Bonham actually with Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony and Vic Johnson.
Oh, right. What's that called?
The Circle.
The Circle, that's right. Yeah, that's cool.
It was a really good show. It was really solid because they did, they just didn't do Van Halen. They did some Zeppelin. They did some, believe it or not, Nazareth. And then they did a little bit of stuff that when Sammy got started, they did some solo of Sammy. And they just did a whole set of all, it was like a quarter.
Everything is done.
Yeah. And it was a really good time. They had Collective Soul open up for them, and they were pretty solid. It just felt like I was listening back when I was in junior high. So, yeah. Besides your mom, stepmom, and your dad, anyone else a family member, musicians, like siblings or anything?
Well, my dad and my mom, basically.
Oh, all right.
My stepmom just had that acoustic. She didn't play it. I think she had from when she was younger, I think, I started on. But, my mom and my sister plays a little bit of piano, but she didn't professionally.
Gotcha. All right. So with all the bands that you've worked with, with contracts and everything, and the record industry has changed big time, as you know, with advances and stuff like that. When you found out you were recording with, say, Night Ranger or even Whitesnake, did you ever step back and say, wow, holy cow, this is happening? And did you have to take a break, or do you wow?
Yeah, I mean, things kind of in the music business progress in terms of baby steps, so it's kind of like as you go. So there's always moments of being happy about that stuff, but not as much wow as people would think. It's sort of like, climbing a mountain step by step, and then as you look down, you're of course going to, wow, I got pretty high up here, but you're not going to be surprised if you just worked really hard to get there. So, that's the way it went for me.
Nice. All right. And then with your first advanced and everything, what'd you buy?
With my first advance?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those are probably two different levels and two different scenarios too. I was called an advance when you're high into these bands, per se. You're sort of like the hired gun. I would say even that term is not necessarily right, but you're just sort of an employee of that band, and you work for that band. So, you negotiate money that you're going to be paid for recording that album, and you can opt out to go say, hey, now I can go buy this. I mean, things progress, and it's not that I'm struggling financially about it all, but that's not really any kind of goal of mine. My goal is to get through life doing this. That's sort of the definition of success, without ever having it closed in on me and having to do something.
Cool.
And obviously.
Right on. All right. Do you name your guitars?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because B.B. King had Lucille. Ace Frehley named a couple of his guitars. I wasn't sure if you named your guitars as well. I've
got people that have done it for me, like fans that call my guitars by name sometimes, but no, not me.
Gotcha. All right. So on your downtime, what do you do?
Just kind of like regular guy stuff. I mean, I like sport.
Okay.
A few favorites. I'm a Bulls fan. I grew up in Chicago, so that. I love movies. And that's kind of it, man. I mean, it's, nowadays I'm a family man too, so a lot of my time goes to that. So
congratulations on that.
Family, and when I get some downtime, movies and sports work for me. Right on.
Do you own an MP3 player? And if so, what are you listening to currently?
Not necessarily an MP3 player. I mean, I have stuff.
Right.
Listeners, I'm always kind of working on what's happening next for me in terms of like gigs. So, right now you're catching me when I'm in the middle of a run with my friend Brandon Gibbs. Here in Milwaukee, we're playing acoustic shows. So, I'm usually I'll be adding a couple songs in, so that. And then, let's see, next up I have another gig that's sort of a combination of the Rock of Ages stuff with some other Sierra Rock stuff, so I need to get that together. So it's like that's sort of the way my year works. Like, what's that's coming up next?
Gotcha.
I'm done with that, I'm going to be back with shit. And then by the time I'm done with that, I'm getting the Whitesnake set together for the summer. So you get the picture, and that never ends. So it's like what I'm listening to is usually whatever I'm getting under my fingers. That combined with what I hear when I'm working out in the gym.
Nice.
That's kind of it.
Gotcha. All right. I wasn't sure if there was like a specific song or a specific artist that you listen to a lot.
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, you did do a couple of weeks with Cher already, I think a couple months ago in Las Vegas. Now, you're doing another one with her, you just said, I think in May with her again. Is this just live stuff? Are you guys ever going to collaborate and you're going to go in the studio with her, or is she just all live acts now?
No, I think these days she's pretty much just she's doing these residencies where I think this is going to be my fourth one of those, and the ones in National Harbor, which is basically Washington, D.C.
Right.
Like 2 weeks long, and I've done a couple of those. So I think this is going to be my sixth residency with her, and I think she's in September setting up some arena shows where it is a little bit more like a tour. And there's a little Atlantic City residency that's really big.
Cool. Nice.
In terms of recording that,
right.
She's 73, I think. So it's sort of like, it's just a review of her career, and I think that's probably what she at this point, I would guess.
Right. All right. And then on the Whitesnake album, you actually collaborated. You actually are playing on the album. Did you do any of the writing also?
Yeah, basically, David will have an idea for the songs and say, where would you take it? So, you'll contribute a riff or so. All the lyrics and melody, you can't really touch that. So while you're writing, you're not really writing the songs. You're kind of like contributing to the song.
Right.
But I did contribute to, I think it's like eight or nine songs on the new album. So quite a bit of it, but it's not like, I don't know how to describe it.
And now you have, I looked on your website and everything, you have a laundry list of endorsements. From guitars to strings to picks to actually clothes and everything like that. Did they come to you, or you went to them and said, hey, I'm now playing in TSO, I'm playing in Night Ranger? Or did they come to you and say, hey, we would love for you to wear this or play this, and they give you something to try, and then you like it, and then you keep it?
It's a mix. It's a mixture of that. You get sometimes the smaller companies are more ambitious and looking to get their stuff out. The individuals trying to start a business and things like that. And, and then other times it works the other way. When you're going to Gibson Guitars, they're sure as hell not contacting me. They have Jimmy Page and Slash, So,
right.
It works either way, bro. You develop a relationship as you go, and it's nowadays in the age of social media, it's very easy that you can help, smaller companies by giving them a little exposure, same as I can by helping post this interview that we're doing,
Right on.
So you develop relationships with people just like we are right now by doing this interview. So that's exactly how the gear stuff works too.
Awesome. All right. So you've traveled pretty much extensively, like all over the world. Has there been like a favorite place that you like to play? Like one that sticks out?
Not really, man. Honestly, it's just sort of like, I try and do my best with every scenario, and I'm definitely blessed to have the opportunity to do any of it, because it's a tough business. There's so many great players out there, and to get the chance to do it is enough for me. So, it'd be a disservice to all the other places I singled out something.
Gotcha. Is there a song that you wrote that you're tired of hearing? No. I mean, I really had, the Joel Hoekstra 13 thing on 3 solo albums. I got to contribute a little bit in the Night Ranger thing, but that was pretty limited. And obviously the Whitesnake so far has only been the Purple album, so I'll be Purple. Right.
Hasn't happened. In general, my mind doesn't necessarily take that way. My mind's always into the execution end of things and the performance end of things. So, I appreciate all of it.
Cool. And now, all the members of Whitesnake, including yourself, live all over the country. How do you guys make that work? Do you guys just record something and then you send it to the one person and then you send it to the other person, and does it go like a chain? Or do you guys all say, okay, we're going to set up a couple of weeks and we're going to set up camp and write and record and just lay it down? Or
yeah, David's old school, man. He wants you there in Reno. I mean, there's a whole lot of file sharing these days and people doing it by the internet. But with Whitesnake, it's pretty old school. Like David flew me out. I would say they're not necessarily only for designated, but I think 3 times to write and work on the stuff. And Tommy had been there to do his drums, and you do it one by one. We're not all sitting in the room together.
Right.
But everybody goes.
Cool.
There's like a band home at the studio.
Nice.
It's person by person. Everybody goes in and does their stuff. And now this trip back to kind of work a little bit on the mixing. And so it's, you end up flying a lot to Reno.
Nice. Get those miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on. Okay. So one last, I have 2 more questions and then I'll let you go because I know you have a couple other interviews and, enjoy this beautiful weather that we have on the East Coast for once.
Yeah.
For any, up and coming guitarist, any advice?
It all just comes on hard work, and how much to put into it is exactly what you're going to get back. So, you got to make sure you're always outworking the other guy, and that kind of happens, I would say, in more than just improving your playing, which is super important, but you also have to work at building a career and look at that logically and what's involved with that. There's lots of great players that struggle to build a good career and vice versa. There's people with great careers who aren't necessarily great players, or their career could do better if they were developing their playing more. So, you got to kind of find the balance between that stuff, but it's all about being productive every day.
Awesome.
So for me, that becomes it's more of a daily philosophy than it is hey, 10 years from now, I want to be doing this. It's like, well, just wake up every day and be productive as possible.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Last question. So the next thing for you is the Share Tour and then the Whitesnake Tour and album. Do we see, and then also hopefully a solo album, but anytime coming out with a book? Or?
No, I don't, maybe. I mean, I think it would need to have more interesting stuff happen in my life.
Okay. That's fair to say.
I don't know that there would be enough interest,
Gotcha. All right. Anything you want to plug or promote? Please, you have that you would like to promote?
No, I mean, you basically covered it, I mean, I'll be doing the rest of yours with Cher, and then the Whitesnake tour with Foreigner and Jason Bonham. Obviously, the new album Flesh and Blood comes out, and then the fall is going to be a mixture of Cher and Whitesnake.
Cool.
To be announced, and then November and December I'll be out with Siberian Orchestra. I do the East Band, so I'll be out on the east side of the country. So those that haven't seen that should come on out and see that, and it's looking like a good year.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of my producer, myself, and all the many, many fans that you do have for taking this time. I'm sorry we couldn't do the whole Skype thing. I don't know. Technology can either be your best friend or your worst enemy at times.
Absolutely. I understand, my friend.
So I just wanted to say thank you, and I wish you the best of luck of everything with family, the band scene, and whatever else you desire to do. And thank you. I really appreciate it, and appreciate you for taking the time. I know you've been quite busy.
Likewise, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, just send along any links or anything. I'll be happy to get them up.
Right on.
Awesome. All right, brother.
All right, you take care and have a good weekend.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Take care.